Just when I was in the middle of making a video about OpenMausBot versus the Grok Bot, I seen that Norris Research went ahead and dropped bot mode for Hermes Desktop. And you're probably wondering, what's the difference? Which one should I use? Well, I'm going to keep it real simple for you. If you have a Grok subscription, Super Grok Heavy, or a Cursor Ultra subscription, then you're going to want to use the Grok Bot because it's included, it's free, and it has its own separate allotments for AI usage. If you don't have any of that, you don't care for Grok, you don't care for Cursor, well, that's why I'm making this video, because you can use OpenMausBot, which is essentially the same thing as Grok Bot. You can also now, as of the 17th, use the new bot mode for Hermes Desktop. So I went ahead and installed all three of them on my computer. As you can see here, I have Hermes Agent bot, and then I have the OpenMausBot, and then I also have the Grok Bot installed. Now I'm going to be going through all the differences. Let's start with the Hermes bot first. All right, first one we're going to dive in today is going to be the Hermes Agent bot mode. And if you're familiar with Hermes Agent, it's basically a agent that can remember tasks that you gave it. It can remember who you are. It has a long-term memory system that also has a self-improving ability to where if you give it tasks, it remembers those tasks by developing skills. Those skills are later improved the more you continue to use it. And that's essentially what Hermes bot mode is. It's a bunch of little Hermes agents that have their own sessions, their own data, their own memory. But the cool thing is they can talk to each other and give each other tasks, and you can create a full-fledged automation system utilizing this. It's going to vary depending on the use case that you want to use this for. But one of the things that separate it behind the other agents is the fact that it doesn't have a virtual machine or cloud computer. It's all self-hosted. So to recap, I'm going to keep this simple. Hermes Agent bot mode is basically having a bunch of Hermes agents complete tasks for you. It's like the saying where it says 4 eyes is better than 2. You can essentially create an orchestration system where you have these bots complete tasks and they can check on each other, mention each other, and that's essentially the main difference. But one of the key things that's going to be very competitive for Grok Bot is you can use different models. So you can use Opus 5, any of the Anthropic models, OpenAI models, Grok models, the Chinese models that have came out, and you can assign a model per bot. So that's what makes it pretty neat. And you can have them all communicate with each other. It's all going to vary depending on your particular use case. I would rather have just Hermes installed on my computer by itself because of the way I use it. Next, we're going to jump into OpenMausBot. All right, now I'm going to jump right into OpenMausBot. The biggest thing about OpenMausBot is it's essentially Grok Bot, but without being locked into the subscription of Cursor Ultra or Super Grok Heavy. You can use basically OpenMausBot the same way you would use Grok Bot. So if you're like, I'm not going to get another subscription, I'm not going to use Grok Bot, I'm not going to use XAI's products, I'm not a fan of Elon Musk, whatever the case is, you don't have to worry because OpenMausBot has you covered. What you can do with OpenMausBot is the same thing you can do with Grok Bot. They're essentially a one-for-one converted product. And the cool thing is you can use any of your AI subscriptions. And they also have the ability to have a virtual machine installed inside the OpenMausBot. You can use Grok subscription, you can use Anthropic subscription, an OpenAI subscription, Google Anti-Gravity subscription. You can use any of these subscriptions and you can give it tasks and it will utilize its own built-in virtual machine and complete those tasks for you. And that's the same thing that Grok Bot can do. See, I gave it the same task, go to Google, and it's got its own virtual machine built in, but this one's in the cloud. That's one of the differences with Grok Bot is it's automatically in the cloud. It's not something you can install on your computer. You can do the same thing, create your own bots with their own abilities, their own tasks. And same thing here. You can create your own bots. You can create rooms for them to communicate in. They basically can have their own agentic workflow and complete their own autonomous tasks. And this OpenMausBot, you can also configure a cloud computer. So you can basically get the same thing that GrokBot is, except you're going to pay for the cloud computer. OpenMausBot's 100% for free, and you can use it with any of your AI subscriptions. But if you want to get the cloud feature, you'll have to pay for it. You can set it up locally, which is pretty simple to do. You just have to follow the instructions, and it will have its own ability to have its own virtual machine that's built in, that's running on your computer. It is going to use your own CPU and GPU and all of your computer specs, but it's a trade-off if you're looking for something 100% for free. You can have it do the same exact tasks as GrokBot. Same thing, except no subscription necessary. You can use your existing subscriptions, and you can download it for free. So that's one of the biggest things. So to recap, if you're looking for a free alternative to GrokBot, then your best bet is going to be to use OpenMausBot as of right now, as the time I'm posting this video, because with AI, everything changes so rapidly. It's free, it's open source, and it has the closest feel to GrokBot. And you can use any of your AI subscriptions, and you can use a virtual machine, just like with GrokBot. You can use it on the cloud, or you can use it all locally. Now, Hermes Agent bot mode is a different use case. It's more of a orchestration system. It doesn't have the virtual machine, but it does have tools to be able to utilize your browser. So it's just really depending on your use case. You can schedule work. You can do essentially the same things, except the interface is a little bit different. I like the interface of GrokBot a little bit better. That's why I choose to use OpenMausBot. Again, it's going to vary in your use case. One thing I will say, if you don't have a great computer and you don't have a lot of resources to use, OpenMausBot can be kind of slow. I have a pretty substantially beefed up computer, and it's still not as fast as I would like it to. It's still trying to get into Google. Let me see if I can give it a task. Let's see. Oh, it's still queued. See, it's still trying to go on Google. And with the cloud computer, GrokBot already completed that. So it's really pay for what you get. You don't pay anything for OpenMausBot, so you're going to expect some bugs. It's a new product. It hasn't even been out that long. I believe it just came out like a week ago, as soon as GrokBot dropped. It's essentially the same thing, but expect some bugs. So it's all going to vary based off your use case. If it were me, I didn't have the money to get a Grok subscription or a Cursor Ultra subscription, I would use OpenMausBot. You can use it with any of your existing subscriptions that you currently have. So you can use Anthropic models, OpenAI, and Google, and you can use open code. It's so much more freedom to use OpenMausBot. You can get similar results, but again, expect it to be a little bit slower unless you're going to use the cloud feature and you pick a good cloud service. Grok is obviously going to be more premium, but you're going to pay for it. So those are the differences. And I know you're probably thinking, well, which one should I get? Should I get the Grok Bot? Should I get the Hermes Agent bot mode? Should I get OpenMausBot? Well, it's all going to be dependent on what you want to use it for. If you want an agent that's something you're maybe familiar with, if you have Hermes Agent and it has a lot of your memory already and has the way you use things, you communicate, this is going to be your best bet for that. If you're like, I want a virtual machine, I want to be able to have the same things as Grok Bot, and I want all the same features, but I don't want to have to pay for Grok Bot, then you're going to want OpenMausBot. If you want Grok Bot, well, then go ahead and just download it if you have the subscription and the financial means to do so. Right now, you're probably trying to figure out the use cases for these products. Well, this is what I would say. If you code and you use Hermes Agent quite frequently, even before they've released the bot mode, this is something I would use for coding, because you can use one for a coding bot, a review bot, a documentation bot. There's so many elements to coding that you can have each bot handle. And like I said, you can select any of the large language models to be assigned to those roles. So that's one use case that I would use bot mode for Hermes. Now, if you're looking for OpenMausBot and you're trying to figure out some use cases, well, one of the use cases I would say is more work related. Emails, handling things like that, automations, pulling latest data off of something. That's essentially what I would use it for. And the same thing for Grok Bot. It's going to be this similar use case, essentially for tedious tasks that you want to assign it. I wouldn't use it for coding. It's not something that's meant for that. Unlike the bot mode for Hermes Agent, you could create basically your own coding orchestration system, which I might do in a video later. So don't forget to subscribe. So again, you can do the same thing with bot mode with Hermes Agent that you can do with Grok Bot and OpenMausBot. They're essentially the same products. The biggest difference is, like I told you, is for Grok Bot, you have to use this cloud virtual machine. So if there's any files you want that your agents make, you have to get it to upload it somewhere online, then you'll have to manually download it on your computer. Whereas OpenMausBot is local first. You can have a local virtual machine on your computer, meaning that the files are on your computer, or you can use the cloud. They're essentially a one-for-one same product. You're not getting anything much different other than you can use any large language model inside OpenMausBot. You're not locked into Grok models or Grok itself or another subscription. Bot mode is going to be a little less frustrating as far as memory goes, a little more stable in that region. So Hermes Agent bot mode is going to be the most least frustrating if you use Hermes Agent already. That's essentially what I think this product's built for, is people who already use Hermes Agent. If not, why would you even use the bot mode feature? You're not going to just download Hermes Agent just for the bot mode. This is essentially for people who use Hermes Agent. OpenMausBot is going to be people who don't want to pay for a Grok Bot subscription. There's only two ways to get it, and it's either through a Cursor Ultra or a Super Grok Heavy plan. But this is going to be a way to use it with your own existing subscriptions. One thing I did want to show you, if you download the browser extension for either Claude or for ChatGPT, you can essentially do the same thing and have them search the web, go through your emails, which I'm not going to do here on video, but they can basically do the same type of tasks that you'd be able to get Grok Bot to do, OpenMausBot. You don't have to download anything extra. You can use your browser, and it essentially has control over your browser and can complete any of these tasks that you're wanting it to do. So in short, you don't need any of these bots that came out unless you're going to have use specific cases for these products where you're wanting them isolated in their own containerized environment. But you can get the same usage out of the OpenAI browser extension. You can get the same usage out of the Claude extension, and you can get the same thing out of the Kimi WebBridge extension. And you can use these products inside Codex, inside Claude Code, and all of those. So yes, there's some new products that came out. The hype is not all there unless you're going to have specific use cases, like I mentioned, where you're needing them to be in their own environments. If I were to vote with one, I would go with OpenMausBot. It's a new product and it's only going to continue to improve as long as there's interest. And I believe that you don't need any of these products. You can just use the browser extensions and get the same tasks completed through using the extensions. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and as always, have a great day.